Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It Dawn. Let's go check in with the animancers and then we'll meet with the Principe.
Excellent timing. We're getting consistent readings, and I believe we're ready to try again. That is, if you're up for it.
Blonde does a poor job of hiding her anticipation. She bounces slightly on her heels. You're really sure it'll work this time.
Clinging to certainty is a novice's mistake. We keep open minds here. But seriously, I think we're on to something.
It's a lot easier to keep an open mind when you're not subject to the experiment. Blonde gives you an encouraging grin.
It's just the same as before. You focus on the archipelago, the machine gives you a boost.
Maybe we should have someone else try this first.
We don't really have any spare watchers about, I'm afraid. And it's not as if we can sit a dog in front of the Adra.
I'd sit you in front of the Adra first.
Adair cracks his knuckles without breaking his gaze.
Like I was saying, we couldn't expect a dog to do more than stare at us.
Blonde makes an offhanded, placating gesture.
It's your own fault for being a perfect test subject, really.
Actually, I want to talk about something else first.
What can I do for you?
I'm ready to try the experiment again.
Great, to work everyone. Let's get this underway. And you, just relax, but also be sure to concentrate very carefully. Look for the next Adra pillar. Once you have the connection, just step through.
Once again, you feel the essence in the Adra like a physical thing beside you. This time, however, the cord of energy that tugs at you is insistent, but manageable. And through it, you can feel what Flan was describing. A connection running through the tower and beyond, where it splits in all directions. Color leeches from the world around you as you drift into the between. You feel the connection draw taut like a pulled rope, and then pull.
Tell me this is the last time we trust these animancers.
On it.
The portal is closed behind you, leaving no way to transit back through the luminous Adra pillar. Gnawed and cracked bones litter the floor. I recognize this name. And it looks like we've been here before, but we couldn't access the ruins.
I've got it.
There's an empty socket in this panel, as if something were removed. It has to be on the same island as Nekataka, because we don't have our ship with us.
Hey, watch out.
They said something. The Zerp lets out a shrill screech of alarm.
Let's go.
Pixie.
Yeah? How may I?
Worse than rock!
Okay, what else do I have?
That would be a no.
Throw that out. And a dare. Stop that from happening.
Moeth Ixie Ona.
Can't get a clean hit.
There's a wallopy!
Moeth
Let's go ahead and devastating blow this guy.
Ona.
3 damage. Not quite what I was hoping for.
You see that, Ishi?
This thing isn't doing the job.
No one noticed.
Yeah, a little fire damage there. We get a fireball out as well. Have to be a little careful. We're going to position our companions in the fireball radius. I might just keep a dare back or have him charge over here.
Take that!
Yeah, I'll have to go take care of that guy for me.
Hey.
Parathus!
Take him down. Moeth
Right between the eyes.
Ona.
Let's get a dare back over here and blind this guy so he doesn't take out Jody.
Got it. I bring your end.
Can't get a clean hit.
Nice.
That looks
Oops.
complicated.
Yeah. Hey.
See that, Ishi?
What do you
Stay
go.
behind me. How may I?
Be off.
Oh, he's immune to piercing damage. Well, I'm not going to swap weapons for it.
Speak freely.
That'll teach.
I'm listening.
Will do.
Give me the order. You were saying?
I? Of course.
Bonesetter's Torque. Grants sawbones. Its flesh and sets bones, removing injuries from the target. Procedure is crude, however, and the patient suffers lower defenses until they receive proper rest. And Anatomist. Plus 10% healing done, 5% of hits converted to crits with weapons. In the early days of alien sea exploration, innumerable dangers threatened any ship setting out for uncharted waters. Far from proper medical aid, even minor injuries or illnesses could render a ship's crew ineffective, ending expeditions before they were complete. Such ventures were often funded by Valiant interests and represented considerable capital. Thus, the Admiralty commissioned the services of Grigori Felice May Fontina, a renowned physician. Working with enchanters and artificers, Fontina developed a method by which to transfer basic medical knowledge into affordably made torques, which could be easily manufactured, shipped, and stored. These trinkets are widely distributed to ships' quartermasters and surgeons, allowing them to treat their crews more effectively. Following the amulet's introduction, the Admiralty noted a slight but undeniable increase in the survival rate of their crews, and thus the success rate of their expeditions.
Oh, I shall.
Can't see what that says. A well-built drainage canal, though it has seen better days.
Indeed.
On it.
The tunnel narrows quickly up ahead, barring further passage. Oh, what is that? The shadow of our party. Oh, neat.
Will do.
Oh, did I pick up a lever there? I didn't see it. Yeah, a lever. Its length of wood appears to be told to fit in some kind of socket. And based off the glow, both of these lead to the same place. A variety of glass bottles and shiny baubles have been gathered here, evidently from various sources. Oh, step. Shortcut.
On it.
The lever fits neatly into the socket with a satisfying click. Oh yeah. I remember this place.
See that, Ishi?
Whoops.
I? Oh? Oh? I shall.
So you rescued the one... I think he was a merchant. I think that's the one we've seen the ship sailing around the Deadfire that had his name. But I don't know if it's supposed to be the same guy or not. The steward would like to speak to you. The hold of your ship. That's interesting. She hasn't had anything to say in quite some time.
They must have called for reinforcements.
Don't let them escape!
What?
Yeah? Here we go.
Lavaru, be on sync.
Really should have thought twice. Ooh. Animancer's Energy Blade. Another saber. Starts at Fine, an ethereal blade. Deals raw damage and attacks more quickly than a standard blade. This strange Animancer's device consists of an extravagant hilt crafted to a jeweler's precision. The pommel, which contains a complex web of binding copper and Audra, houses a soul from an unknown source. When activated, the soul is released from the emitter only to be pulled back into the Audra contacts after traveling a prescribed distance. This disruptive process tears at the edges of the soul, releasing powerful energies along its periphery. The soul is thus caught in a fixed loop that functions as a blade. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll add that to Adair's collection.
I'll make it quick. What the shit? Behind us! Look sharp!
Alright, here we go. Get positioned.
Right on target.
Try and have Adair take care of the cipher for us.
Not happening.
There's a walloping!
Okay, on to the next one. I don't know if they can get all the way back here or not.
Yeah!
Alright, let's go after the Paladin with Maya instead.
Lavaru, be
Take
on
that.
sync.
Something you can do?
Hey!
Yeah!
Lots of casters back here.
Take him down!
Hey.
That's not supposed to happen.
No, this job was rotten.
He turns his face with some difficulty toward Maya.
We did what you asked.
Beside you, Maya's brow wrinkles with confusion. Dawning realization flattens her expression. She moves to crouch beside the dying man. The final shuddering gasp, the man lies still. Beneath the bloodied surface of his body, the essence of his spirit flutters free of him. A muffled clatter draws your attention to the nearby chest.
Madiko, I thought I was done for. These. Monstrous brutes! Look at what they have done. They've destroyed all we have worked toward for a little coin.
It looks like the Royal Deadfire Company isn't happy with your progress.
This is a bold move, even for the Royal Deadfire Company. They are losing patience. And look at our machines. We'll clean up here, see to the wounded. You'd best get over to the offices. Let them know what happened.
Lawn size. Maya jostles your shoulder as you make to leave, her voice lowered to a discreet murmur.
One way or another, this is only going to get worse. Worth thinking about.
So I wonder if reporting to Castle is going to cause Maya to leave. Rakan-filled boots. On sodden peat. +2 corrode armor rating, and no quarter. Teleport attack to target. Unleashes a blast of fury at the point of impact, possibly knocking down foes in the area. And once per encounter. These plated boots are badly corroded around the heels. They're worn by a bleak walker at the Battle of the Rakan Moor, where the mercenary paladins infamously put down a fledgling peasant revolt on behalf of the local lords. The dissidents had taken refuge in the moor in hopes of the unstable ground and acidic peat bogs would discourage pursuit. Undeterred, the bleak walkers marched on the peasants' camp shoulder to shoulder, shields locked. Many of them sank into the fuming fen, dying with little protest. The terrified rebels watched in horror as the grim paladins who survived the deadly march accelerated into a final charge, breaking through the upstarts' thin ranks before butchering them all.
Huh? I've got it.
We're all still shaken, but it could have been a far greater loss without your help. What can I do for you?
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
You know, it's probably for the best that Pallegina left the party. Because I think it'd be a huge disservice to not bring Takehu with us to
You go in
Kaizo.
first!
Also, I'm wondering... She didn't say she's gonna leave the party or anything, she just walked off. I wonder if she's still standing at the palace somewhere. I don't think that's the case, but it'd be funny if we just left her there. Walked right past her.
Now, you see anything? Now, you see anything? Yeah? Sure.
Watcher, at last, someone who can answer my questions. They're saying there was an attack at the Spire. I fear I'd sent you to your death. None of the Huana guards will tell us a thing, and Flaune's message is illegible. What happened?
Mercenaries from the Royal Deadfire Company. Nothing serious.
The Royal Deadfire Company? I didn't realize they were even aware of our efforts.
Your efforts atop the spire of the Soul-Seers, you mean?
Maya rolls her eyes.
I suppose I needn't ask if you'd been reporting to your leadership.
If Atsura knew that I've hopped into that Adra with the captain twice now, he'd stick me in the infirmary.
I'm glad you're in one piece, Watcher. I'll have the details out to Flaune, I think. You've more than earned your reward, and my trust.
Just experience?
Oh, and perhaps you'd consider stopping by Alvari's office. I believe she'll want some assurances as to the state of the Spire.
I've earned my reward. All I got was experience. And reputation.
Watcher.
And that's not worth it. I don't need experience anymore. We're topped out.
I can't decide if the gods must love or hate you, Watcher. Perhaps both. Volcanoes, giant waves. Mel, I've had my fill of this island. It involves no divinities, but I do have some news for you as well. I have decided to take action with regards to Castle's incompetence. I have called together a meeting of the Songreta Mea Compressa. Our esteemed investors have come to hear Director Castle's excuses for squandering their fortunes.
Alvari smooths the front of her coat and plucks lint from her sleeve.
You've witnessed Castle's mistakes personally, and you know what is at stake for us with Ukaizo. The Council will want to hear from you, the Canton Chase in particular.
She raises her eyes to meet yours. If Castle was the only one working with the slavers, I mean, this might make me lean towards the Valiant Trading Company a little more. I still want to assist the Huana.
The company needs new leadership. Leadership that can make effective use of its most important allies. Let us start here, striking a fine impression before the wealthiest men and women in Eora.
I suppose you think you'd be a better director.
Of course. If I did not believe it with all my soul, I would not dare to trouble the Council. Men have died for less. You will attend the trial, I hope. Your testimony is a vital part of the proceedings.
Fine, let's get this over with.
Indeed. Come then. I'll send for our esteemed guests. Meet us upstairs when you are ready.
Yeah, that sounds a little time consuming. Let's go meet with the steward on our ship, and then we'll come back and do this next time. Probably faster. It might be worth checking in with all of our companions as well. So maybe we'll start next episode with that.
A moment of your time, Watcher, if you will.
The steward of Cadnua's voice rises soft and evenly from her cracked bust. Yes, steward?
Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold.
What kind of crate?
It is roughly a yard to a side and labeled beans. The hands who noticed it were tasked by the cook to bring up ingredients for the evening's stew.
No beans in the crate, then. A wave of affirmation rolls from the steward, the spiritual equivalent of a nod. How did a crate get onto my ship unnoticed?
Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our goods as we took on supplies.
Thank you, steward. I'll go see what it is.
The hand left the crate in the hold if you wish to examine it.
The bus falls into silence.
Will do.
What else to say? Okay.
Nope.
Well, hey. Tell me what's on your mind. You need me, I'll be too...
The sense of food, salt, spices, and drink, mixed with the stale odor of old grass, the musty stink of rats, the ever-present fragrance of the sea. Aegis rocks gently, hear faint whispers, likely the quiet brushing of the winds against the sails. Not far in, you find the crate in question, its sides split by crowbars. The dry grass uses packing material spilled across the floor. Within stands an intricately crafted chest of some dark tropical wood. A polished visage peers up at you, a triumvirate of wild animal faces carved into in the swirling Juana style. The front of the chest bears an iron latch affixed to a complex iron mechanism that runs to the top four corners of the chest. You see no bolts or keyholes. They examine the latch. The arms hold the box together, but you see no locking mechanism. If it's a trap, you don't see any evidence of it. Oh good, he came to our rescue. Aloth taps on his chin. The arms would help keep water out. The latches don't seem locked, or trapped for that matter. Examine the carvings. The three animals seem to be a spider, a stelgar, and a boar. You don't know if they have any greater significance. Jody's nose wrinkles at the image. I reckon this might be the Juana hunting god. Like Galawain, but not exactly. Open the chest. You turn the latch to the right, and a series of metal arms shift with it. The clasps holding the top of the chest come free, and you easily lift the lid. Laying within, cradled by dry grass, is an Amoan head, the mottled flesh of its neck raggedly cut free from the rest of its body, wherever that might be. Jody peers down in the grim cargo. I can't say I was expecting a head, not even a little. Want me to fetch my lantern? As you peer down at the head, feel a strange prickling sensation along your skin. Soul energy rises from the crate, throbbing in the air in time with the beating of your heart. It begins to take shape before you.
You can see me. It's really you then, the captain of the Defiance.
It's Aegis, but yes.
Oh, this is fantastic. How satisfying it is to know one did not give one's life in vain. I come from the island of Kazuwari, and we need your aid.
Who are you?
Me, Muatu, formerly of the island of Kazuwari, presently of the Beyond.
Who is this we?
Well, there's me, obviously. And then there's the caretaker, Humaire. She was the one who killed me and put my head in that box. And I suppose the people and souls of the island, as well.
Why did this Humari kill you?
We had to get a messenger to you, but we couldn't let me be seen leaving Kazuwari. An inelegant solution, maybe, but an efficient one.
Why couldn't anyone know you left?
The people of Kazuwari are, wary of the uninitiated. For good reason, of course. I came from Kazuari, where the most skillful hunters, the most hardened explorers, the deadliest warriors all gather to earn the favor of Tawamawai. But Humaire, the island's caretaker, says the essence that sustains the island has sickened. Curdled, she called it. The animals, the trees, they all churn with anger and fear.
Who is Toamowai?
The faces of the hunt, that which hunts, kills, and endures, respectively.
So I guess the Stelgar is the hunter, the spider is the killer, and the endurer is the boar.
Some believe them to be the tripartite aspects of Galawain. Not that I would know, I've never asked them. We need a watcher. No one else can talk to souls, Humaire said, and souls are our problem. You're a watcher, right? The watcher, the one who died and lived again, who speaks to the gods. That's the watcher we need.
More like it's spoken at by the gods, or by gods.
I knew it! I knew Humaire wouldn't have lied. You will help, won't you?
I'll help if I can. What do you need me to do?
Oh, that's fantastic! Thank you! Speak to Humaire at Kazuari, Watcher. She'll be able to better explain the situation than I am.
Where is Kazuari?
Kazuari's a huge island west of Hasango. It's pretty hard to miss, what with the high cliffs and waterfalls. There's one thing you should know. The faces of the hunt jealously control who enters and leaves the island. But there's a waterfall on the southern side of the island that will allow you to sneak in, so long as you're circumspect. I guess you should also know.
He grimaces.
The island's residents might not take too kindly to your presence if you're found. They're, a prickly bunch. But I'm sure that won't be a problem for you.
Before you have a chance to respond to the spirit's warning, you notice Constantine hovering nervously behind you. Did you need something?
No, you know, I just...
He clears his throat nervously.
Thing is, I might know something about that box there. A little more than something. All I'm saying is, maybe you don't want to touch it. Maybe we tie a big rock to it and throw it overboard. Right now.
I'm going to need a bit more to go on than that.
It's a box with a dead man's head in it.
Actually, there's a spirit in the head too.
Great. That's great.
I feel like option one's a little sarcastic. You seem to know a lot about this. Why is that?
Maybe we should talk about it later. You seem to have your hands full.
Hey, hello? I'm still here. Are you going to help us? We could really use the help.
I'll help however I can.
Once we've arrived, I can help you find your way into the heart of the island. You know, if you want me to. I wouldn't want to presume. In the meantime, I'll be here. Well, behind you, really, with the rest of the spirits following you around.
Watu's head. The severed head feels about as heavy as a coconut. It smells faintly of embalming spices, with thyme and lavender standing out in the subtle bouquet. As soul bound to the decaying flesh rests in a dormant state, the right incentive could usher it back to awareness for a limited span of time. Oh, cool. Watu's aid. The Order summons Moatu to their side. Watu's attacks heal the wielder if they are nearby, become more powerful as he is empowered by the souls of the Crucible. Do I just equip that? Oh, it's a trinket. Neat. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time we'll speak with Constantine, check in with the other companions, go deal with Pastel, and then I guess sail west. Well, we still want to meet with the Principe before we do that, so we'll do that first. That is a rough game plan. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.